Hi everyone, it's Michelle here at the Crystal Pineapple. I hope that you all are having a wonderful week and that things are going your way. I thought I'd stop in and just talk to you a little bit about a few things that I've had on my mind. And one is change. Change is difficult, especially if you've been doing something the same way for many years. And this thing, whatever it might be, a job, a habit, whatever, no longer serves a purpose, or it doesn't give you the same satisfaction it once did. And you feel like there's something more out there for you. And you go in search of that. And you actually find something that maybe better suits you. But the hard part is leaving what is familiar, what you've been doing or have always been doing for the longest time, and going into a place that you're not familiar with, getting to know new people, that type of thing. It can be very frightening, unsettling, very unsettling. Change is not a bad thing. It can be so beneficial. It can make the difference. It can bring you so much happiness if you only will allow it. I too have a difficult time with change. I do things a certain way, and when I say if something happens that puts me out of my normal schedule or routine, it can be troubling. And I try to go with it. Along with change comes that ability to be flexible. Do you have that flexibility that it takes to make the change? Are you willing to take the risk? You know, life is full of risks. Getting out of bed in the morning is a risk. You don't know what the day is going to bring, which way the wind's going to blow. It can be, for some, a very scary thing to leave the home. There's those that are so fearful, and my heart goes out to them. If you are one of these people, I suggest that you seek professional help for that. You weren't meant to stay in one place based in fear. Know that there's help out there and seek it out. Change. Changing your hair, changing your makeup, changing the way you drive to work. These all seem like very small things, but in reality, they're not so small. It can be difficult. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. There's some mourning involved. You mourn the way things used to be. And what you were familiar with. But be proud of yourself because you're making that change. You're taking that step. You don't know what's out there. None of us does. You have to trust in yourself and in your God and in the universe that things will be just fine. and that the change will be a good thing. I like to think in worst case scenarios. What if this isn't beneficial? What if it turns out to be your worst nightmare? I find that if you have limiting beliefs, you know, yeah, sometimes you make a mistake. It's normal, it's human, it's part of who we are to make mistakes. You can learn from that. And maybe that mistake will take you in another direction where you were really meant to be. I think that change in and of itself is a good thing. I mean, look at history. If something didn't work, we tried it different. If that didn't work, again, we tried something different. We just got to keep trying until we get it right. And you'll know what right is. It'll be in your heart. Sometimes it's a good thing to follow your heart. I find that my mind and my heart are at war a lot. Sometimes my mind tells me one thing, but my heart will tell me something completely different. Yeah, there's a constant war going on. And a lot of times I feel like I'm in a corner just sniveling, crying because I can't figure it out. What is right for me? What will be in my best interest? What will be in the best interest of my family? I mentioned in a previous video, I think the first, that we made a really big change. We moved from Northeast Ohio to Southwest Florida. It was a little bit of a culture shock, and speaking of change, it was a major one. But it worked out to be one of the best things ever. And I'd do it all over again. I was younger then. Maybe that made the difference. Maybe when you're younger, you don't have as much fear, they say. Well, that might be the case, but I know some younger people that are very fearful. And once again, if you're afraid to go out, to do things, to lead a life that is pleasing to you, then you do need to seek out counseling. I recommend it. I want you to have the best life you can have. Lepidolite is the crystal that comes to mind. It's a beautiful stone. You can get it polished or rough. And either way, it's just a pretty stone. It's got hues of pink and purple and some blue in it. It's just a gorgeous stone. And I find that when I'm in a state of change, that when I have lepidolite near me, in a pocket, in my hands, it helps ease the anxiety that goes along with change. Most of my recommendations are based on my experience. It doesn't always work for everyone. And I get that. But I just want you to know that these are things that I've used and that have worked really well for me. I've mentioned that I am a nurse, and in my line of work, there's a lot of change. And lepidolite, for me, has always been very beneficial. I recommend it. You might want to try it. Like I said, place it in a pocket, somewhere close to you. I just love that stone. It's a gorgeous stone. And as far as an essential oil, gosh, the one that comes to mind is lavender. I've had some people say they cannot, for the life of them, tolerate the scent of lavender. And then I've had others say that it's absolutely wonderful and that they find it very soothing. Well, that's what lavender is supposed to do. It's a soothing, calming type of essential oil. You can place it on the bottoms of your feet, especially the bottom of your big toes, or you can put it in a diffuser and diffuse it. If you're not a fan of how it smells, probably the bottom of your feet would be the best option. If you diffuse it, of course, the scent travels throughout the area where you're diffusing. So anyways, but it is calming, and I've had some people tell me that they actually will apply it before they get ready to go to bed at night, that they find it very soothing and relaxing. You know, lepidolite and lavender are both very spiritual. They're both very relaxing, and they're very nice oil. It's a very nice oil and a very nice crystal, even if to use during if you do meditation or yoga, anything like that. So anyways, change. It's inevitable. Things will change. There's no getting away from change. Minute to minute, day to day, month to month, year to year, things do change. What you were today may not be what you'll be tomorrow. At some point in our lives, we all need to face the fact that we are going to change, or people that we really care about, we've always known them to be a certain way, and they will change. I hope that you all have a wonderful week. As always, it's so nice to be here with you. I'm very honored to be included in your precious moments and take the time to listen to my thoughts on things. I really am honored that you do that. I mean, of all the things on the internet you can watch and see, you're taking time to listen to me, and thank you for that. Take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. And face your changes. Until we meet again. Thank you.